Let's begin with updates from the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine. Russia claims it has destroyed various Ukrainian weapons on the eastern front line. Moscow said it destroyed hardware including tanks, armored vehicles and US-made artillery systems among other weapons. Meanwhile, the mayor of Bryansk city in Russia said 2 Ukrainian missiles were intercepted. British news broadcaster BBC has suspended one of its top anchors. This comes amid allegations that the news presenter paid a teenager thousands of dollars to pose for sexually explicit photos. According to the Sun newspaper, the teenager's mother claimed that the news anchor had paid over $45,000 over 3 years for the pictures. The teenager allegedly used the cash for drugs and became a drug addict. The BBC says it became aware of the complaint in May. The US military has said that it killed a leader of the ISIS group in Syria. The US conducted a drone strike and killed Osama al-Muhajir. According to the US Central Command, no civilians were injured. It also said that the drone used in the strike was the one that had been harassed by a Russian aircraft. US President Joe Biden has arrived in London. Biden is on a 3-nation tour. While in the UK, Biden will hold meetings with UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. He'll also hold a discussion on climate change with King Charles at Windsor Castle. After the UK, Biden will visit Lithuania and Finland. US President Joe Biden held a phone call with Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Biden expressed his desire to see Sweden join NATO as soon as possible. The two leaders spoke ahead of a highly anticipated NATO summit in Lithuania's capital Vilnius. Turkey has been blocking Sweden's NATO bid. It has accused Stockholm of giving a safe haven to members that Turkey considers terrorists. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu summoned his Attorney General on Sunday. The two were in a cabinet meeting to discuss how the police have been dealing with ongoing protests. Netanyahu said that people have the right to demonstrate peacefully. However, his government has demanded a report on the policy regarding violations of the law. People all across Israel have been protesting against Netanyahu's judicial overhaul for several weeks now. The French police arrested the brother of a black man who died in police custody in 2016. This happened during a march against police brutality. The demonstration was called by the family of Adama Traore. He was 24 years old when he died in police custody. Police say that the march was likely to attract radical elements to commit acts of violence. Indian Defence Minister Rajnath Singh is on a 3-day official trip to Malaysia. The aim is to deepen defence cooperation between the two countries. Singh and his Malaysian counterpart will exchange views on regional and global issues of shared interest. The Prime Minister of the Solomon Islands, Manasseh Sogavare, has arrived in China's capital Beijing for an official visit. This is Sogavare's second visit to China in 4 years. Leaders of the two countries will hold discussions on bilateral relations as well as international and regional issues of common concern. One of the main objectives is to open an embassy of the Solomon Islands in Beijing. At least 22 people have reportedly been killed in an airstrike in the Sudanese city of Omdurman. Sudan's health ministry has shared a video of the aftermath. The Sudanese army also shared a post and said that the special forces killed 20 rebel soldiers and destroyed their weaponry. It's not known whether the two incidents are related. The conflict between the Sudanese army and the Rapid Support Forces paramilitary group began in April this year. More than 1,000 people have been killed so far. Thousands of protesters took to the streets in the Caribbean nation of Haiti. The demonstrators blocked roads in Haiti's capital, Port-au-Prince. They demanded their government put an end to criminal gang violence. This comes as heavily armed gangs have been engaged in a turf war in the Caribbean nation. Over 165,000 people have been internally displaced in Haiti due to the violence. Pope Francis has announced that he would elevate 21 churchmen to the high rank of cardinal. The group will be tasked to choose his successor after Pope Francis's death or resignation. 18 of the churchmen are under 80 years of age. The new cardinals are from countries including the US, Argentina, Italy, South Africa, Spain, Tanzania, and Malaysia, among others. Heavy rains have lashed the northern part of India. In the northern state of Himachal Pradesh, huge torrents of floodwater rushed by buildings. Landslides and flash floods damaged several houses in the region. Meanwhile, the country's capital, New Delhi, also experienced heavy rainfall. The Indian Meteorological Department has issued a red alert to various North Indian states due to the adverse weather. It's the country's highest level of warning. The northern part of New York City received almost 1 foot of rainfall. Videos showed torrential water approaching houses and vehicles half submerged in water. The police have closed roads and issued a rare flash flood emergency. Residents have been asked to move to higher ground and avoid travel.
Oh, what is this big piece of wood coming?
A major landslide continues to threaten more homes in Southern California. 12 houses were destroyed when the hillside began sliding into a canyon below on Saturday. Utilities have been shut off in the area as officials investigate the landslide's cause. Some residents say an ongoing water leak may be to blame. Severe rains have swept 3 northeastern provinces in China. Some areas have been struck by hailstorms, flash flooding, and mudflow. Many rivers have exceeded their warning levels after a round of heavy downpour. The country's meteorological authorities renewed a blue alert for rainstorms in the country. It's the lowest of a 4-tier weather warning system. Meanwhile, parts of northern China are experiencing a searing heat wave. Authorities have upgraded warnings of hot weather and issued an orange alert. They've cautioned residents against persistent high temperatures of around 40 degrees Celsius. In Germany's capital Berlin, streets and open squares were left empty amid scorching heat. Temperatures have been in the range of 30 degrees Celsius. Weather warnings have been issued by the German Weather Service for most of the country. According to German weather forecasts, the heat is due to stay until the middle of next week. America's climate envoy John Kerry says the climate crisis is terrifying and reaching uncharted territory. He said this during a media interview. Kerry added that the US and China must improve relations to work together on climate issues.
People dying from the level of heat.
The wedding of former UK Chancellor George Osborne was disrupted by a woman throwing orange confetti at the couple. The disruption is being linked to the environmental group Just Stop Oil. The activism has often been associated with the color orange. In a tweet, the group said, and I quote, "You look good in orange, George Osborne. Congratulations to the newlyweds." However, they later tweeted saying they were not responsible for the act. Chinese authorities have announced a fine of nearly $1 billion for Jack Ma's Ant Group. The penalty amounts to one of the largest ever fines for an internet company in China. Ant and its subsidiaries had allegedly violated laws and regulations related to corporate governance and money laundering, amongst others. Meanwhile, the share prices of Chinese companies Alibaba and Tencent rose on Monday on investors' optimism. This follows a nearly $1 billion fine on Ant Group. The investors believe that the fine marks a key step towards the conclusion of China's crackdown on private companies. Argentina's inflation is expected to remain in triple digits. This is according to analysts polled by the South American nation's central bank. They forecast this year's annual inflation to stand at 142.4%. However, this is less than their previous forecast of nearly 149%. Argentina's slumping economy has been hammered by sky-high inflation as its currency is also steadily weakening. The Bank of International Settlements has laid out a detailed plan to improve the security of central bank digital currencies. The BIS acts as an umbrella body for all central banks across the globe. Lately, it's been working on CBDC development. The BIS has called on central banks to adopt modern technology and identify areas of improvement to enhance the security of CBDCs. New Zealand and the European Union have signed a free trade agreement. It was signed overnight on Sunday. The trade deal aims to cut costs and support exporters to grow and diversify their trade. It's expected to come into effect in the first half of 2024. Fast food chain McDonald's has dropped tomatoes from its burgers and wraps in India. The company is concerned about the vegetables' quality amidst a supply shortage. This has also sent its prices soaring. In some regions, wholesale prices of tomatoes have surged 288% in a month. US lawmaker Chuck Schumer has asked the health regulator to investigate a popular influencer-created energy drink. The beverage brand Prime was rolled out last year by YouTube stars Logan Paul and KSI. Schumer says that the drink contains high levels of caffeine, which could pose a serious health concern for kids. Nearly 900 Amazon workers in Britain will stage a strike in the coming week over pay disputes. The strike will take place for 3 days from July 11th till 13th at an Amazon warehouse over pay dispute. This coincides with the company's Prime Day sales event. Comedian Sarah Silverman and 2 other authors have filed copyright infringement lawsuits against Meta Platforms and ChatGPT maker OpenAI. They've accused the companies of using their copyrighted content without permission to train artificial intelligence language models. Companies rely on datasets gathered from sources like websites, books, and articles to train AI models. Robots have said they will not steal human jobs or rebel against humanity. This was during the world's first human-robot press conference. The conference was held on the sidelines of the AI for Good Global Summit in Geneva. The summit concluded last week. Moving to sports, in cricket, England beat Australia by 3 wickets in the 3rd Ashes Test match. The match was played at the Headingley Carnegie Stadium. Australia put up a target of 251 runs in the second innings. England batter Harry Brooks scored 75 runs to seal the win for his team. Australia currently lead the 5-match Ashes series 2-1. Afghanistan thrashed Bangladesh by 142 runs to clinch a 3-match one-day international series. The match was played in Bangladesh's Zahur Ahmad Chaudhry Stadium. Afghanistan batted first. They put up a whopping target of 331 runs in their 50 overs. Host Bangladesh had no answer for the Afghan bowling attack. They were bowled out for just 189 runs in 43 overs. Afghanistan have now won the 3-match series 2-0. In football, goalkeeper David De Gea bid farewell to the English Premier League club Manchester United after 12 years. The Spaniard is leaving the club after his contract expired on the 30th of June. De Gea took to social media to announce his exit. However, he's still in talks with the English club over a possible contract extension. De Gea joined Man United in 2011. He has played over 500 matches for the club. French football club Paris Saint-Germain have signed Lucas Hernandez from Bayern Munich. The 27-year-old French defender has agreed to a 5-year deal with PSG. Hernandez is PSG's 5th new signing during the transfer window. Reports say that PSG paid Bayern over $40 million for his transfer. American football player Megan Rapinoe has announced her retirement. The 38-year-old US forward will bid farewell to her football career at the end of this year. Rapinoe began her professional career back in 2009. She has played in 199 games for the US national team. She's also a 2-time FIFA World Cup winner. In 2019, Rapinoe won the Ballon d'Or and was named the best FIFA women's player. In tennis, world number 1 Carlos Alcaraz has entered the round of 16 at Wimbledon. Spain's Alcaraz beat Chile's Nicolas Jarry in 3 out of 4 sets. Alcaraz started strong, winning the first set 6-3. Jarry came back to win the second set 7-6. However, the Spaniard displayed some masterclass shots to win the next 2 sets 6-3, 7-5. Alcaraz will now play Italy's Matteo Berrettini in the next round. Russia's Daniil Medvedev also reached the round of 16 at Wimbledon. He beat Hungarian Martin Fucsovics to win the match in 4 sets. Despite losing the first set 6-4, Medvedev rallied back. He won the next 3 sets 6-3, 6-4, 6-4. Medvedev will now face Czech player Jiří Lehečka. World number 1 Iga Świątek has reached the Wimbledon quarter-final. Poland's Świątek beat Switzerland's Belinda Bencic in the round of 16 yesterday. The Swiss player won the first round 7-6. Świątek came back to win the next 2 sets 7-6, 6-3. She will next face Ukraine's Elina Svitolina on Tuesday. In badminton, India's Lakshya Sen has clinched this year's Canada Open. He beat China's Li Shifeng to win the men's single title. Sen beat Feng 21-18, 22-20 in a thrilling clash. This was Sen's second Badminton World Federation Super 500 title in his career. Last year, he won the India Open to clinch his maiden Super 500 title. In Formula 1, Red Bull's Max Verstappen won the British Grand Prix on Sunday. McLaren's Lando Norris secured the second position. Mercedes' Lewis Hamilton finished third to complete the podium. With this win, Red Bull has now equaled McLaren's 1988 record of 11 consecutive victories. The next race for the 2023 F1 World Championship is the Hungarian Grand Prix on the 23rd of July. Moving on to entertainment, Warner Brothers has reacted to Vietnam's decision to ban the Barbie movie. A spokesperson said, and I quote, "The map in Barbie land is a childlike crayon drawing. The doodles depict Barbie's make-believe journey from Barbie land to the real world. It was not intended to make any type of statement." The controversy began over a map depicted in the film. It showed China's claim over the South China Sea. Vietnam said it violates its sovereignty. K-pop band BTS have released their first book titled Beyond the Story 10-Year Record of BTS. The book follows the band's journey from their pre-debut era to the present and also gives a glimpse into their future plans. Each member of the band also opened up about the obstacles they had to face along the way. The book celebrates BTS's 10-year anniversary. It was released on Army Day, the day that marks the formation of their fandom. Singer Taylor Swift recently met actor Taylor Lautner and his wife, Taylor Dome. Swift invited Lautner and Dome on stage for a surprise appearance during her Eras Tour concert in the US state of Missouri. The three Taylors also recreated their own version of a famous Spider-Man meme. Swift and Lautner briefly dated when they were teenagers. Lautner is believed to be the inspiration behind Swift's famous song, Back to December. American boy band Jonas Brothers have collaborated with Korean boy band TXT. The two bands worked together on a new song called Do It Like That. The music video of the song has been released on various social media platforms. It already has more than 2 million views on YouTube. American singer Lana Del Rey has broken her silence over her controversial Glastonbury show, which was cut short. The singer started the show late and was accused of breaching the strict festival curfew. It apparently forced the organizers to turn off her mic. During her Sunday performance in London, the singer said, "This is where I got cut off last time, sorry about that." Lana Del Rey is famous for her hit songs like Summertime Sadness and Diet Mountain Dew. British singer Elton John has put an end to his live music career. The 76-year-old artist has said that he will never be touring again, but may do a one-off thing sometime. The singer will now be spending more time with his husband David Furnish and their sons Zachary and Elijah. While retiring from his live music career, Elton John said that his priorities have changed. Korean singer Lee Sang-yoon has died at the age of 46. Reports claim that she was found dead in a washroom right before her performance. She was to perform at the 33rd regular concert of the Gimcheon Municipal Choir. Authorities have launched an investigation into the case. Marvel star Simu Liu has shared an update on his latest film, Shang-Chi. He has said that the movie keeps getting pushed back due to the circumstances beyond his control. The actor conducted an Ask Me Anything session on his Threads account. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is the first film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe to feature an Asian lead and predominantly Asian cast. American actor Jamie Foxx made his first public appearance after he faced health complications. The actor was hospitalized in April over undisclosed health issues. The Oscar-winning actor was hospitalized in the US state of Georgia, where he was present to film his Netflix movie called Back in Action. A transgender woman has been crowned Miss Universe Netherlands for the first time. 22-year-old Ricky Valerie Cole won the pageant on Saturday. She can now compete in the upcoming Miss Universe competition slated for later this year. Ricky Valerie Cole said her journey had many challenges, but she found support and affection from her family.